How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Big D here. It's time to review Public Morals Season 1, Episode 2, titled Family is Family. This is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the episode, go to tnt.com/publicmorals. Watch the full episode there. It should take me less than 3 minutes to recap the episode, give you my pros and cons, and final score. Again, make sure you see the episode. And real quick, I did add the Public Morals poster. It's right under the Walking Dead section right here. There it is. The Public Morals. I got it off Entertainment Weekly, and it was a Star Wars cover, so my Star Wars cover's up there now. It's way in the corner in the red next to Walking Dead, but the one with Kylo Ren, Adam Driver, so that's going to be pretty crazy and pretty sweet. But either way, real quick announcement, this Thursday I will be reviewing The Transporter Refueled, so make sure to check that out. And I'll put a link down below to last week's Public Morals series premiere review, because only 3 people watched it. I'm reviewing the show, guys. So, and last week I didn't like it. It was okay. It had okay parts. It had good parts, but at the end, it was just okay. This episode changed it, though, man. Let's get right to it. First off, Rusty is buying a gun. Rusty is Neal McDonough, and I love Neal McDonough. I'm sorry if I'm getting the name wrong, but he's the main villain in Arrow Season 4, which no trailers. The trailer's coming this week, but don't quote me on that. But it's coming this week. And he's come out Justified. He's come out in so many TV shows and movies, and he's awesome. And I love it because he's buying a gun. His name's Rusty in here, and he's buying a gun. And he doesn't shoot the guy, but he does the, it makes the sound and everything. No bullets are in there. Sean Sean finds out about his dad because Terry tells him, Mr. O, Timothy Hutton from last week, who got shot at the end. So he finds out about it, and he's kind of like, well, someone did my job for me. So they're questioning a guy named Smitty. They're questioning people around. We meet Patton, who is Rusty's dad, and also his granddaughter's name is Rose, and she's asking for money to go to the mall and everything, or hang out with her friends. So that's cool, I still don't know what period we're in. Are we in the 40s? Are we in the 30s, the 50s, the 60s? What era are we in? I'm assuming we're in the 40s. That's just my guess. So, Suzy saw Mr. O die. Suzy is this hooker, and she tells the girl, another girl that she knows, and she's like, you gotta leave, I'm not gonna support you here, you're gonna get me killed. So she tells her to get out of Dodge, go straight out of Compton. So, she ends up leaving, or she leaves the area, the house that she was in, the apartment. Sean and Duffy's sister, just Duffy's sister, I don't know her name. They do 6 shots because 6 bullets were into Mr. O. So he was like, to my old man, and he just does 6 shots. So, well, we don't see them doing it, but 1 shot at least. And apparently they stayed there all day because at nighttime they walk out of the bar. So I don't know how that works, but okay. Rusty is sitting at his father's desk, and Terry and Bull meet him, and they're mean to him, dude. They're there, and they're like, what are you doing behind your father's desk? Yeah, you're really stupid. They act like he's stupid, like he's mental or something. He's not. You could tell that he's a crazy psychotic, but yet he's a smart, crazy man under the blanket, man. Once you pull off that blanket, he's gonna be wild on you. He's gonna be a barracuda. So a little reference there, Heart. So they have his eyes on him, oh, did you murder him? I just found out about it. Neal McDonough, the villain from Paul Blart 2. He was actually good in that movie. It's just, Paul Blart himself. Kevin James. Anyway, so Shay, Bull, and Pete are in a car, and they're going to go hang out. They're going to go bond together at this, hooker / nightclub, I guess, place. And Rusty killed Mr. O, we find out, no climax or anything. It's I killed Mr. O type of thing. And Patton finds out, and they have a talk. He talks to his dad, and he's like, it was time to send a message. You started a war. You're going to start a war. You're not thinking straight, boy. And, that whole father-son talk. So he says, clean it up. And, well, Mr. O said you're weak. Weak? I've worked hard for this place. I'm resting. I am comfortable the way I am. So Sean beats up these 2 guys that ended up making fun of his dad. Even though he doesn't care about his dad per se, they still have no right talking about his dad because they didn't know him as his own son did. So he ends up having sex with Duffy's sister. Terry will find Mr. O's killer, or at least now he's forced to, since Mr. O's wife was like, please, Terry, you have to do it. So Shay and company, Bull and Pete, they're having fun, and Ray, I believe Ray is Patton's brother, questions a bar owner, and he ends up saying, like, talking about Suzy, and he mentions, like, he said earlier, like, oh, Rusty wasn't there, and then he says Rusty was there. So Rusty is in the back, and he gets a belt, and he basically chokes him to death, strangles him. And Shay is having sex with that hooker. Congrats, Shay. It's the 30s, and you're having sex with a hooker. Not the first time, my son. So basically, Rusty kills Suzy because Suzy's leaving, and Rusty's out there. He's like, how you doing, Suzy? Oh, I'm doing good, Rusty. I gotta go. Where you headed to? Oh, I'm headed to just a bus, getting out of town, a little bit, a little vacation. Let me give you a ride. Oh, no, please, it's okay. No, let me give you a ride. It's not. There's a lot of crazy people out here tonight. He gets the suitcase and he walks to the car. Okay, I'm leaving town. All right, I saw it. I saw you kill Mr. O, but I won't say anything, I promise. And he was like, boom, boom, boom. Like, he literally shot her 4 times. And it was just like literally, like, the blood splattered everywhere. And she fell to the ground. And I was like, damn. I was like, WWE or that guy. Damn, man, what the hell? Right in the open, like no witnesses. Boom, 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 boom. Just stand here for 10 seconds and then walk away. What did I think about this public morals episode overall, guys? Let's get started. First off, the pros. I love the ending. It was a way better ending than last week, and I just think that Neal McDonough's character, Rusty, is awesome. I've been waiting for him, and I told you last week, I'm going to give episode 2 a chance, and if it doesn't work for me, then I'm not going to continue watching it. I'm one of those. And Rusty ended up working for me. Neal McDonough, he's not shown in here that much, but when he's on screen, he brings something to the table that no one in the show has brought so far, because it's a new show. And just Rusty himself is such a well acted out character in how he wants to kind of run the business. It's one of those cliched, he wants to run the business, but his father, and you can tell he's psychotic, and he wants to hurt people easily, and he's just one of those, but you gotta respect the Godfather, before you become the Godfather. So the ending was just well directed and well written. I really think him killing Suzy, they're basically showing him that he's not afraid to. He's gonna kill you if you come along. Like, if you're in his way, you're dead. So don't get in Neal McDonough's way. Also, the music in here. I mean, it sounded like a Frank Sinatra song. There was this, I don't remember actually, but I don't think it was Frank Sinatra, but it sounded like that type of music. Of course, but the music in here, always like it. Last week, The Doors. I'm a backdoor man. Oh man, give me the groove. The groove is up in here, baby. I love it. I love the music in this genre and this era. The opening. This feels like a series premiere, to be honest. Now, of course, they would have to explain the Mr. O being killed and everything, but this was better than the series premiere, which is a good thing. The opening itself, when Rusty is buying the gun, just showing him, what type of guns he picks, and he's one of those, and you thought he was going to kill the gun guy, but you never know when you're going to need him again, right? Also, the drinking, the 6 shots and everything, I thought that was pretty clever. 6 bullets, six shots. Like, you got 6 shots, I'm going to get 6 shots. That was interesting. The action of the fighting. When he was fighting the 2 guys, the choreograph, since he's a police officer, and he took down those 2 guys pretty easy. Pretty good. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it didn't look fake. It looked like, he was drunk, but he was fighting at the same time. The directing in here, totally fine. Nothing wrong with the directing. I think that it's good. I have no complaints over the directing. Shay and the guys bonding. Of course, I'm not a big fan of Pete in them. Like, I like Bull and Shay, but I'm not a big fan of Pete because he's basically like a police officer, like a Pete from Mad Men, but Pete wasn't a police officer in Mad Men. He's kind of basically the same clone in sort of way, not really, but you'll see in a sense. I do like the bonding that they were doing. And, you know, Bull's like, I don't know about the kid. He was like, what do you think about it, Bull? He's still an asshole. You know, everyone's an asshole to you, Bull. So the whole bonding part was really, really nice to see in that nightclub. And also, it's just an intense episode. You got people getting strangled and people getting shot. You know, I mean, it's brutal. So, not as brutal as we think it would be, but it's only episode 2. Now the cons. There's not much. What is these? There's not much Patton in here. I want to see more Patton. I think he's a fantastic actor. The way that he sounds Irish in a sort of way. I'm assuming he's Irish, the actor, but there's not much Patton. I want to see a little bit more Patton, hopefully next episode. There are so many characters, and there's a lot of subplots in here. Don't become one of those shows where you're going to deal with a bunch of subplots. Just stay on the main focus. Terry, his family, and now they have to get Mr. O's killer, and obviously that's Neal McDonough. It's probably going to be a cliched ending. They end up killing him. You know how it goes, but still, come on. There's a lot of characters. You're showing Pete, and then you're showing the guy with the mustache, and then you're showing Duffy and Duffy's sister. And don't just show them, but don't actually give them a bunch of storylines. We get that they're there. Why didn't Suzy leave earlier? Why? She had like 5-6 hours. Why didn't she leave at an earlier time? I don't understand that. She could have just left town, but she waited until nighttime. That's a stupid decision because, you know, it's nighttime. Also, there are a few slow parts as expected. Overall, I'm going to give this Public Morals episode, Season 1, Episode 2, Family is Family, a solid B. It's a good episode overall. I didn't have that much problems. You heard the pros, you heard the cons. A lot of pros in here. The acting, for sure, for overall. And Bull, he does look like he fits in there so much with the big nose and everything. He has that police look. So overall, I enjoyed it. It was good. And skip the series premiere. All you need to know is that Mr. O died. Just skip the series premiere. Go to episode 2 and just learn the characters from there. I mean, they're way more better pointed out for the most part. Thank you so much for watching. Hope all of you enjoyed. My Mr. Robot Season 1 finale should be out. My review. Always forget to say review. And I'll see you for the transporter refuel this Thursday night. Comment down below. Let me know what did you think about Public Morals. I'll see you all next week. May Spock be with you always.